Hey guys, BK here. As you may have seen in the title, today's video is about how to price your product or your services or whatever it is that you have to offer, what to charge, or how to put a price tag on it. So I have put together some little tips, maybe 4 or 5, as a guide to help us or to help you figure things out. So first, I'm going to say research. Research, research, research. So first you have to figure out the location of a service. The fact that it is being sold at a particular amount in a state doesn't mean you have to price yours the same amount if you're not in that state. The standard of living in each state is always very different. It may be, okay, let's assume the product is being sold in California for $90. Doesn't mean you have to sell it in Chicago for $90, because the standard of living definitely in California is higher than in Chicago. So you have to be very careful of pricing your product, or you have to make sure you price your product according to the location where you are at. Then also you have to investigate the market. Look for people selling the same product. Check out their prices. Check out their locations. Check out their services. Be very sure what you want. Look around you. Look for like-minded products, or look for people doing the same thing that you want to do. And even you can talk to some of them, but you don't let them know that you want to sell the same product as them. Or you can just research. Go online. I mean, Google is been pretty good, so you can just go there, check for all this, then determine what you want to do. Then while you're researching, you have to figure out the cost too. So when you're figuring out the cost, you have to check your overhead cost. You have to check your labor cost. You have to check your material cost. So you have to figure out your profit margin. If you're buying and selling and adding this labor and here and there, and by the time you add this together, if it's not making sense, then you have to be sure of what you're doing. Another point is figuring out your target market. Who are you going to be selling the product to? Are they kids or adult? Is it male or female? Is it general? So you have to figure out your audience. And you have to figure out where there's a lot of these people, or where a location whereby you can be able to reach all those people. So you have to figure out that location, because sometimes putting a price on a product that is not very available could sometimes make you not sell the product. Because if I can walk 2 miles, or if I can walk 2 steps and find a product right there in front of me, and you are like 10 miles away from me, and your product is this pricey, I'd rather just go to the place where it's cheaper. I mean, it all depends on each individual. Another tip is the quality. You have to check your quality. Just don't make a very inferior product and think you want to sell it for this high price. It's not gonna sell. So your quality matters a lot. So you might have this high-end product and this low-end product. And when I was in marketing, when I was doing one of my marketing classes, we were told that you can use a product to sell different prices. And what they mean by that is, I'm going to give you an example. Like if I'm selling a skirt, I can sell a plain skirt. And I can also add a pocket, and also add some lining to the same skirt and sell it for a different price. It's just like cars too. We just have the basic car, which is just the basic. It doesn't have any other thing. Then you have cars that have different kind of accessories added to it. So you don't expect to buy the same car with a lot of accessories with just a basic one. So you can create a high-end product and a low-end product from the same product, and just let your customers know that, okay, this is this amount, and this is this amount. Another thing is confidence. You have to be very, very confident about your product. When you're presenting your product, when you're advertising your product, when you're marketing your product, how you market your product will determine how people see your product. So you have to be able to defend what you're selling. You have to be able to advertise to people and tell people, show people what this product is all about. If you're not sure about your product, how will you be able to sell it to others? If you're not too confident about your product, how will you be able to sell it out? So you have to be very, very sure about what you're selling. You have to be able to sell what you're selling. You have to be able to show people what your product is all about. And last but not the least, when you're able to figure out your prices, then you have to make sure you stick by your price. Do not go up and down and fluctuate those prices. Don't sell a product at $10 today and tomorrow you come in and sell it for $12. Then again, the week after you reduce it back to $9. No, you have to be very, very certain on how much you want to sell that particular product. And even if you have to change the price, you have to be very, very wise on how to change the price. You have to be very wise on doing it. Yes, things happen. Yes, product changes. Yes, materials increases, or the price of materials increases. But you have to be very sure on how you move that price from one price to another. Just make sure that you're not fluctuating the price up here and there and being very inconsistent on pricing that particular product. And if you have services, you have to figure out your service. Are you going to be charging a flat amount? Are you going to be charging per hour or hourly? Then also you have to determine, because sometimes you may have an appointment with a client that is supposed to be an hour and it goes all the way to like 3 or 2 hours or 1.5 hours. So you have to determine which hours are billable and which ones are not, because not every hours will be billable. There are some hours or there are some minutes that you just use in chatting, get to know in chatting and getting to know your customer, who the customer is, how you will be able to sell the product to the customer. This particular minutes or set of minutes are not chargeable. So you have to figure out what is what and how you have to go about that. Then most of all, or finally, or to wrap things up, you have to do the work. You have to market. You have to market. You have to be able to sell. You have to be able to advertise. You have to be able to go around to show people what this product is all about. The responsiveness of people to that product sometimes determine the price, or sometimes determine the change in price. So you just have to figure out the logic on how to get this price set up. But one thing you have to always remember is never be afraid to say no, because people will definitely price you, underprice you many ways, just so they can satisfy their own self, because they want the price to favor them. So they will underprice you. So be ready to say no. If it's not going according to, if the price they're offering you is not close to your profit margin, do not even accept that service. Do not even try to sell that product or service to them, because that means you're underselling yourself. You're putting yourself this low when literally you're this high. You know, people are going to try you. They will try many things just to get their own satisfaction off of you. So that's my little tips today. It's pretty small and it's pretty short, but those are the little tips that I'm able to get together on how to price yourself. And here's a quick recap on tips on how to determine what price to price a product. First, you have to research. Look around, look for like-minded people, look for people selling the same product at you, check out their prices, check out the location, and determine how much to price your product. Also make sure you're able to fulfill your profit margin. Check the cost, the buying cost, the material cost, your overhead cost, your labor cost, in order to determine how much your price are going to be. So don't undersell yourself. be confident about your product. Check out your target market. Know who your target markets are going to be. Know who your audience are going to be. These are all the things that determine how much you have to sell out. And again, sometimes know who you want to sell stuff to, or know the neighborhood of your client. What you charge someone living in this high-end neighborhood will be different from what you're going to charge someone living in this low-end neighborhood. In other words, what I'm saying is your package for here is going to be different from your package for here. While you're doing the same thing, you're selling the same product, you're selling the same services, but what you sell for $100 is more robustic than what you sell for $20. So you have to figure out how you're going to put this together, and how you're going to determine these prices, and how you're going to sell it out to your audience. So this is kind of the end of it today. So if you have any other tips, leave it in the comment below so people can read and learn from it. If you want to contact me, my email is bk.ojomo@gmail.com, and also my social media handles or my social media links are either up on this video or under this video, depending on where you're watching from. So if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, and also click the bell button to get notification from me anytime I have a new video. And don't forget to share so other people can learn. Thanks for stopping over today. I will see you in the next video. Stay blessed and have a great week. Bye bye.